An Iowa community is mourning the lives of 6 U.S. troops who were killed in the first days of the war with Iran. President Trump and members of his cabinet participated in a dignified transfer ceremony at Dover Air Force Base on Saturday. From there, the soldiers will be brought to their hometowns for their funeral services. Central Command says a 7th soldier died from injuries sustained in a separate attack, but has not yet been identified. The 6 members honored over the weekend were killed in a drone attack on Port Shaiba, Kuwait, on March 1st. They were all from the same base in Iowa. CBS News national correspondent Lana Zak is live from Iowa City with more. Lana, what else do we know about these soldiers, and what are we hearing from their families?
Well, we're starting to hear little bits and pieces about how some of them were extremely friendly, some others were extremely professional, and these little bits and pieces are starting to come out. But the families, for the most part, have been largely quiet as they are taking time to absorb this information. We did hear from Sergeant Declan Cody's family. Listen to his father and his sister's words.
He hadn't made a decision yet, but one thing he did say is that, I haven't had a lot of jobs, but I've had jobs in the civilian world, and I've been over here for 6 months, and I work 12-plus hour days. I work 6 to 7 days a week, and he goes, I love it.
I still don't fully think it's real. I didn't think it was real when they told us. I just really wish I got to tell him I love him one more time, because he was just so amazing.
And when his father was talking about making a decision, he had just been on the phone with his son right before that attack on the base in Kuwait happened, and they were discussing whether he would extend his term of service. He was a sophomore at Drake University here, and as you heard, he really loved what he was doing. All 6 of those members served at the 103rd Command here in the Des Moines area of Iowa, even though some of them lived in Florida, in Nebraska, Minnesota, and around the country. The 103rd is the largest base in the Midwest, and so we're seeing the state of Iowa in particular being hard hit by all of this news.
And we're also hearing from veterans about the loss. Lana, what'd they say?
Yeah, for veterans, this resonates. For people who are in the reserves, who aren't yet able to speak publicly on this, they're telling me how much this is affecting them as they're waiting to hear their orders. Let's listen to one of those veterans.
I know Marzan lived in Iowa for a period of time and worked at Fort Des Moines, and I know that there were a couple others that were from out of the state that would come. If they didn't live here, they would come drill here and do their training here and things like that. It hurts to know that we lost 6 soldiers from a unit in Des Moines, Iowa, and I hope they get the recognition that they deserve.
The flags here in Iowa, as well as around the country, are at half staff regarding those soldiers. And in a state that gives so much, that has this commitment to military service, we really feel that here. And the hope, as you heard from that veteran, is that there is an understanding and appreciation for the sacrifice that these individuals make, whether they are in the reserve, in active duty, whether they are career officers, any level of the service, that both they and their families have made a commitment to give of themselves for all of us.
All right, Lana Zak reporting. Thank you, Lana. Appreciate it.